Hi friends, my name is Erin and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things, plants. We're going to talk about how to not kill your plants. This is what I've learned coming from a beginner. I don't know a lot, but I have kept a lot of my plants alive for 3 years to like 6 years, which I think is pretty good. If you clicked on this video, you were probably like me and used to kill all of your plants. I'm going to give you some tips to not kill your plants. My first tip would be to get an easy plant. It only needs water once a week. It will tell you when it's unhappy, like if it needs more or less sunlight or needs more or less water without immediately dying. First suggestion, my main suggestion, would be a pothos, P-O-T-H-O-S, or devil's ivy. It's super easy, it's super resilient, it doesn't need a lot of water or light. It will basically hang out wherever you put it, and if it starts to droop, you can easily water it or move it to brighter or lower light, and it won't die on you super fast. My first pothos plant, I had it in the hallway. It was super dark in the hallway, and it looked like it completely died. All of the leaves fell off. It was just the vines. Finally moved it to a better area with a little bit more light, and it came back to life. And that was 5 years ago, and it's still going strong. You cut off the vines and you can propagate it super easy. And now I have like 5 other pothos plants because of that one original one that refused to die. I'm so thankful for that one because it kickstarted my love for plants. And now I have almost 30 plants. Thank you, pothos. Get a plant that you can easily water once a week. All of my plants are on a once a week schedule because I'm too lazy to keep up with anything more than that. I'm too lazy. And Sunday is my watering day, and then I don't have to worry about it the rest of the week. I don't want to water multiple plants multiple times a week. No thanks. So pick a watering day so you don't have to water this plant on Friday, this plant on Sunday, this plant 5 times all the time, that you can have one watering day and you can water all your plants. Tip number 2, when you're decorating your space, pick a place for your plant before you get the plant so that you can see the lighting needs. That way your plant won't suffer and die if you put it in a dark spot. So if you want your plant to go near a window and you get bright light, pick a bright light plant. Or if you want it to go in a corner or on a dark bookshelf, make sure to get a low light plant. Tip number 3. Once you've picked out that spot, research your plant that you want to put in there. How much light does it need? How much water does it need? What kind of soil? What kind of pot? Does it like to be near wind? I don't know, that could be a thing. Tip number 4. An important part of your plant's lifestyle is what kind of soil it needs. Does it need just indoor potting soil? If it's a succulent soil, or a lot of the times they'll need a mix between both. And all that's doing is just providing more drainage so the water doesn't sit in the soil when it doesn't need a lot of water. So just make sure when you research, check out what soil it is and then get it. Like this cactus is a succulent and needs succulent soil. So that's probably a mix between rocks, soil, birch. You can make your own, or box stores and nurseries have their own succulent soil mix. Or take this one, for example, the Aglaonema plant. I'm totally butchering that name, but just roll with me. It's a regular house plant. It just needs indoor houseplant soil. Cute, it's pink. Tip number 5. When you buy your plant and you bring it home, you'll want to repot it right away, but don't do that. Let it hang out, get comfortable in its surroundings, and then a week later, you can repot it. If you take it out of its container and there's a ton of roots and it's root bound, where it's just like thick roots all the way around, and it doesn't really have any soil around it, it's just roots, that means you'll want to get a bigger pot when you repot it because it wants to grow and stretch its limbs and stuff. When you've had your plant for a while and you start to notice roots coming out of the drainage hole at the bottom, that's when you know it's time to repot. It needs a bigger pot. Tip number 6. Let's talk about pruning. If you see leaves start to brown or yellow, that's totally fine if it's on the bottom. That means that your plant is trying to conserve energy for the new growth that's happening at the top. That happens a lot with this money plant. As it grows, it loses the bottom leaves. You can probably see it happening right here. When you see those brown or yellow leaves, cut it off. You don't want to give the plant reason to push more energy towards dying leaves. It's like this plant is your life, and the dying leaves are bad relationships. Cut it out. Cut it out. Tip number 7. So let's talk about drainage. What I mean is make sure that there's a drainage hole in the bottom of your pot, because if not, you'll be like, sure, I can do it. I can put the certain amount of water in my plant and it'll be fine. No, it's not gonna be fine. It's not gonna be fine. Make sure there's a drainage hole, water it, have the water run out, and it'll be great. Make sure there's a hole in your pot. It's my biggest pet peeve when pots don't have holes in them. If the pot doesn't have a drainage hole and it's porcelain, clay, ceramic, there are diamond-headed drill attachments. As you're drilling, spray water on it, just go super slowly so it doesn't crack, and you can make your own drainage hole. Weird. It should be something like this. Tip number 8. When you're choosing a new pot, make sure it's not over 2 inches bigger than what the original container is. A lot of plants like to be snug and comfortable and cozy. If it's not root bound, you can do 1 inch or closer to what the original container was. Tip number 9. My least favorite thing that I'm about to talk about is parasites. Oh my gosh. If you get them on your plants, they can be so frustrating to get rid of. I've had to deal with gnats and mealybugs, and while they are benign, they're not gonna bite you, they're not gonna do anything to you, they will usually kill your plants.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Gnats, fine. Mealybugs, the end of the world. Ways you know you have mealybugs: there's white fuzz on it, the plant looks healthy, but it's not growing, or new growth is really stunted and shriveled or smaller than the rest of the growth. If you do see mealybugs, you want to quarantine that plant, because mealybugs can spread like crazy super fast and they're super small, so it might take you a while to find everything. Big box stores can sometimes have problems with these, so make sure to check your plants before you buy them. Check it for those fuzzy white weird looking stuff. Mealybugs are super hard to get rid of. You can use neem oil. Gnats are easier to get rid of. Take the top 2 inches of soil, get rid of it, replace it, and then you can put out sticky traps and it'll trap all the gnats and you'll be set. And finally, tip number 10. I know how to dance, don't judge me. My favorite part of plants is propagating. Taking a mama plant and creating little baby plants, and so I get more plants for free. It depends on the plant on how you propagate, but a lot of plants are very similar. You cut off the little pups, you stick it in water, and wait for the roots to grow. Then you have your new plant. It starts like this, and oh, what's that? A little baby. And then you put it in water like this. See how the roots are growing? Ooh. When the roots are long enough, you replant it, and then you have a new plant for free. Here we go for my informal plant tour vlog style. So here we have all my succulents. Here we have a jade plant, and then a succulent. I forget what the name of it is though. Some propagated donkey tails, aloe vera, recovering elephant plant, a cactus, woo, another cactus, another little baby cactuses, some propagated donkey tails, and then propagations. These are Tom Thumbs, I believe. Here we have our big donkey tail. It doesn't look that great because we turned it recently. So this side would get more light. But here it is on the back. You can't really see it, but it's getting pretty long. And then we have some string of pearls. Wow, some rat tails. String of hearts. And then paleo plant, propagated paleo plant. It's propagated pothos, mama paleo plant, propagated snake plant, pothos. Here's hearts. And here we have one of my favorite plants. This is my rubber tree. Next to that rubber tree, we have a fiddle leaf. And look at this, little baby leaf. Then we have our lower light plants. We got a palm. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. We got our lower light plants here in the corner. Yeah. Another philodendron. And on the bookshelf, we have that original pothos. It's cute, it's long, it's too long. We got a snake plant on the shelf and propagated pothos. We got a pothos in the kitchen. And we have our last one in the bedroom. We have a snake plant. Okay, I'm editing this and apparently I didn't film an outro, but I hope you enjoyed my plant tour. Thanks for watching. Bye!